Hey everybody, welcome to eTrailer.com. I'm Bobby, and today we're taking a look at the Yakima OffGrid here on our 2021 Cadillac XT5. So if you guys are looking for a way of really expanding your cargo space, the Yakima OffGrid is going to be one of the go-tos in my mind. Now it's got a really nice sporty look here that keeps it nice and low profile on the top of your vehicle, which is still going to do a great job of looking good, but also giving you a great way of carrying that cargo for yourself. So this guy is going to have 165 pounds weight capacity. That means we're going to do an excellent job getting some of our bigger, heavier gear up on here with no problem. Can be good for transporting lumber, has a variety of different uses, so it's really, really cool about that. One thing I really like too, you have this fairing at the top. That gives it a nice little look and just kind of help a little bit with that wind resistance, cutting it down a little bit, gives you a nice little bug shield, of course. But at the very top here too, you are seeing these little adapter bars at the top. So these guys are awesome because you're not going to be limited on what you can throw in your vehicle now. Now we can go ahead and maybe grab ourselves a Yakima J-Lo or some other type of J-style kayak carrier, throw it on here and actually get our kayak up on there. Maybe another bike carrier or bike rack up on there could be great. Now with that though, it is really high. So keep that in mind as you start putting accessories on here. You're probably going to need a way to assist you on getting up on there. That's why we recommend maybe having some kind of step stool, maybe a Moki doorstep could be great. We're going to show you guys that later here as we take a closer look as we hop up on there. Does an excellent job just looping it into your door hatch, and that way you have a nice leg above the rest to go ahead and start servicing or putting this guy on there. Now it is going to be a sturdy steel construction with a very nice black powder coat finish. Now you guys might be seeing a little scuffs here. This guy's been in the shop for a long time. You can still see though it's holding up well. We've actually had it outside. It's not rusting away. It's still doing a great job, even though some people haven't treated it all that well. To that end, that's one thing I will say. If you want this black powder coat really lasting you, just be a little bit more conscious about it as you are loading your things up on there. Now the black powder coat finish on almost anything is susceptible to chips. Now it is pretty resistant, but keep it in mind, if you really want this to last you for a long time, a little bit of care can go a long way. Well, like I said, this guy is awesome. It takes almost no time to actually get installed, and especially on the XT5, that's nice because it is somewhat not the tallest vehicle out there. I'm about 6'1", but it is already right here. The less time I can spend on my roof, the better. So let's go ahead and see how we can get it installed. To get this installed, really, really simple. All we want to do is set our off-grid on top of our vehicle, of course. Now, when you do get it, you're going to have a little bit of nuts and bolts to go ahead and start screwing together to actually get your grid attached. But once you do, simply set it on top of your roof. One thing I like to do, kind of walk it side to side. That way I'm not laying it down and it's crashing on my roof rack system. That could end up damaging both your carrier, your roof rack, even potentially your car. So I like to kind of walk it out, and then all we have to do is adjust these guys. So they are adjustable, so that's really, really nice. They'll slide this entire length of this grid that you're seeing, and that way you can go ahead and get it appropriately spaced for your roof rack system. If you're like us here today, you have a fixed mount system. Nice that we have that versatility. And then all we have to do is simply come up right in here, and we're gonna have this little guy right here. This thread is actually pulling the rubber-coated steel strip that we have that's going underneath our bar here. So this is going to latch it in and make it really nice and secure. To do that, our latch simply comes in here. You can see it's pretty loose right now. To tighten it up, we just simply thread our bolt like this. That's going to be pulling this bracket system, which is pulling on our strip, making it nice and tight, getting a good fit to our crossbar system. One thing that's great about this, it can fit a variety of different crossbar system. We're talking arrow, elliptical, factory, round, square, whatever you guys have. Really, really nice how this system works and actually gets on there for themselves. All we want to do, make sure it's in the right spot there. Bring our strip back, make sure it's nice and secure on the inner side, and bring that in. The one last little step you can do is go ahead and grab yourself some locking cores. As we kind of mentioned before, Yakima's same key system allows you to actually get all these keyed alike. Now you do have 4 locking cores for each of your foot pads. I might recommend just getting 2 or even just 1 to really secure it down. Now maybe the 2 is going to make it really nice and secure to make sure nobody really wants to mess with it. That way your carrier stays attached to your vehicle when you leave it unattended. Now that we've gone ahead and got it installed, we can start taking a look at how it's sitting here on our XT5 and the dimensions we're working with. So from the front here of our fairing to the very back, that's going to put you at 40.5 inches. Now you do obviously have a little bit more of a well inside here. However, a lot of it is going to be impacted by that fairing. So we just go ahead and give you from the top of that just to get a pretty good idea of the amount of cargo you can fit in there. And for our width here today, that's going to be putting you right at 37.5 inches, while our depth of our carrier is going to sit right at 5 inches from the bottom of our well to the top of our rails. So that becomes excellent. You're going to have a ton of room for cargo, as we mentioned. Now with that fairing too, it actually is to be able to be taken off relatively easy. All you have are these little plastic clips that go around there, as Tom's showing you guys, and all you have to do, pop those guys off, and you can actually get your fairing removed. That becomes excellent, so you can start utilizing this big open well, right? So if we do have anything that's super long, we could pop that fairing out and then secure it here without having it hang over too much on the back end, allowing us to still access our hatch, which can be great. So overall, you guys can see too, the grid itself is excellent. Even in here, you're not going to have any water buildup on there, and you have a lot of great tie down points innately built into the OffGrid to allow you to secure your cargo, as well as in tandem with your adapter bars can be used as a cargo management system. Now you guys might have noticed that I was kind of pretty high up there when we were actually taking our measurements. So if you guys want a little help of loading up your cargo, highly recommend taking a look here at this Moki doorstep. So this little guy becomes excellent to give you a leg above the rest. Like we said, all we have to do is simply slot this into our door hinge here. That latch is going to hold it. And there we go, nice and secure. This is going to have about a 400-pound weight capacity limit, and that becomes excellent, as I said, to go ahead, start getting everything situated here, and that way you're not reaching across, tiring your arms. It always is a pain when you're up here handling a lot of stuff, and that way you can get above it and really easily start setting yourself up. Now, like I said, we've been just trying to avoid stepping in this really nice interior in our Cadillac here today, but that becomes an excellent way of giving you a step up. And it becomes really easy just to simply put in your vehicle somewhere, set it down. Doesn't take up too much room, especially on the side of the door somewhere. It becomes excellent. That way it's ready to go whenever you need it. Overall though, guys, I think the Yakima OffGrid is a go-to solution for yourself to really start giving yourself a lot of cargo space on your vehicle, especially the XT5. We got a decent little room there at the back, but you can always want more, especially for your longer road trips. Now, I think the OffGrid looks really, really good. However, it is kind of more of a sporty look. It's kind of got that outdoor feel. If you want something that might fit a little bit more of that Cadillac vibe, we highly recommend maybe taking a look at the Kuat Vagabond. That gives you a nice little roof basket system on here as well, and just has a bit more of a stylish look to itself. However, I really do like the OffGrid, and it has really good contact points throughout this face here, which is really nice for itself. Otherwise, I think it's gonna be a great little way. Now we could actually look at maybe getting an extension on here. That's gonna take about 18 inches though, so let me go ahead and check that for yourselves really here quick. Now we do have a little bit of room that we can maybe mess with the front. However, our hatch is gonna come to about right here, and that's only about 17, and our 18 inches is gonna be putting us kind of right where our hatch wants to sit. Now, we could counteract that a little bit here and bring our OffGrid forward, as we do have about 17 inches going to the front before we start impacting our front window. Now, obviously, of course, with that, you are gonna lose all of your sunroof, that moonroof, whatever you guys wanna call it, but you are still getting all that cargo on top. So that can be a nice way if you guys really want to maximize it. Otherwise, what you're seeing here today becomes a great middle of the road option to not take up too much room on your vehicle. But otherwise, guys, I think that's going to do it for our look at the Yakima OffGrid roof mounted cargo basket here today on our 2021 Cadillac XT5. I'm Bobby. Thank you for watching.